Hello YouTube family, this is your girl Coach Corey. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. And if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe. We want to grow our channel, and if you like our content, here we come to inspire, to motivate, and to impact. That's our goal. We want to leave you better than we found you. And I don't know what time of the day you're watching this, so maybe you need a little pick-me-up, or maybe you just stopped dreaming. Maybe you forgot what it means to dream. You've just been coasting through life. Today, I have a very, very special guest for you. Her name is Jean Adero. Makofi kwa Jean. Now, who is Jean Adero? Jean is an amazing African woman who has managed to get a few of us on board to be able to be challenged, to be coached, to go that extra mile. I call her, she's a maestro. She is an African queen. She is proud to be an African, and she is taking us places even as she goes. She was the host of the I Am Africa conference that we went to in Atlanta, Georgia. And I had mentioned in my previous video, there's quite a number of us that flew from all over the country, and we sat for I think it was 2 days or 3 days, can't remember. We were Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yes. Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the weekend under some amazing women, and I'm sharing some of the content. So today we get to listen to Jean's story. We're going to hear from her, and we're going to get to know Jean a little bit more. And who knows, you might be coming for the I Am Africa conference next year. And so I want to share Jean with you today, and we will talk at the end of the video. Before I let you go, I want to challenge you, because she says this, take the first step, dare to dream. Let's go. Let's hear what Jean has for us, and let's talk at the end.
Probably at the American Embassy, looking for a visa. My mother had given me $10,000 of her life savings. She said, Jeannie, do you want to go? And I said, yes. She said, because you know 10,000 can take you to India for 4 years. And I was like, no. She said, once I give you the 10,000, I don't have any more. So you're going to have to figure it out. That was it was a few days before my birthday, I remember. And I went to the embassy, and I was denied the first time. And she said, go back. And that was the time when you could just walk into the embassy. Remember those days? You just show up, I'm here for a visa. And they'd give you one, you know? And so that started the journey. The last day I remember my mom going to the bank and withdrawing the money, and she had this black bag. It was pleather and shiny and black. And I didn't know what we were doing in the bank, because at that time, and I know all the Kenyans know, and Ugandans and Jamaicans know, because the bank is the same bank in every country. Yeah. Remember when we would have to go to the bank and then stand in the line and wait for them to give you your money for a long time? Going to the bank was an event. And so we had gone to the bank. I wasn't sure what she needed the money for, because my sister Rose was getting a wisdom teeth pulled. There were so many things happening in the family at that time. And she said, these people, we were walking in town from the bank to another bank. These people don't know that I have $10,000 in this bag. In this bag. And I was like, you are freaking kidding me. She had it, she was moving it from one bank to the other, so that I could get the cashier's check to pay for Morris Brown College. I don't know if I was naive or if I was brave, or a combination of both. But it felt right. There was no doubt, no question, no nothing. I just knew it felt right. And then I started the journey. Moved to Atlanta, went to Morris Brown, the culture shock. The funny part about this is I missed that it was an HBCU, a historically black college. So I get there, and I'm like, where are the white people? I didn't get it, and I started that journey then. I graduated 4 years later because I got an academic scholarship. And it was exactly a year after I had gone in, sometime in July of the summer after the first year, I got this academic scholarship that came from nowhere. Because 3 months earlier, I had been denied that very scholarship. And I was planning on going to Kennesaw State, which at the time was $500. Remember that? It was $500 in 1991. Okay? Because that I knew I could come up with if I worked several double shifts, morning, noon, and night, and went to school 2 days, right? So the interesting thing about it is when I got that scholarship, I remember feeling like I could exhale because I had been holding my breath the whole year, wondering what would happen. And I lived a pretty good life compared to other immigrant students who were looking for money, right? And then after that, I graduated, and something happened. I stopped dreaming. I stopped dreaming. It was as if the dreams ended at Morris Brown. I don't remember what happened. I wasn't going backwards. I wasn't going forward. And you know what happens when you're just cruising. You are actually moving backwards. And the worst part about it, you don't even know it, right? So I did that for 20 years. 20. How many of you have coasted for years? The coasters, only Florence Gichuni has coasted. Florence made you. Where you're coasting and you don't know what's up, right? I did that for 20 years. The funny part about it is God was trying to speak to me now, I know. I would get a job, work, it's great, then the economy would tank, I'd be laid off. I'd find another one in 3 months. 2 months, I have a new job. 10 days, I have a new job. Then I would coast, in the new job, which was exactly like the old job. Work for several years, then I'd be laid off. And it happened 4 times, I think I was laid off in my career. And finally, it hit me that I need to get out. But it didn't hit me until I started something called Read Across Africa. And that was a nonprofit. I converted my father's ancestral home into a library. But what's interesting about this is during that time I was restless, completely restless. And so I had gone to Books for Africa and I started a fundraiser on their website. And I had raised $3,000. For a long time it stacked at $3,000. I needed 13, right? And so for many, many months I kept wondering, what am I going to do? Because my sisters had started saying, you know what, why don't we do this with the house? You know how the stories and the voices start coming. And then one day I was invited by a teacher to go to a middle school in Norcross. The kids were going to donate books, every child in the school. And I was like, ugh, I already have 22,000 books at Books for Africa. What am I picking up these books for? And then I decided, you know what, I'll just go. That morning I was so low, like almost at my lowest point. I was unemployed. I didn't know what job I wanted. I didn't even know what I was interviewing for. It was just jobs. I needed money. And I wrote these verses, Bible verses, and I put them on my dashboard. And at every light, I would read them so that I would lift myself up. Adero, sponsored by Kleenex, is coming. And at every light, and all the way to Norcross, I live on Highway 92, so you can imagine the number of lights. And I read them out loud, and I would uplift myself. And then on the way back, I remember where I was on Ragsdale Road, just before the Walmart on Highway 92. Ring, ring. It's one boy. And one boy said, "Where are you?" And I'm thinking, what the heck does it matter where I am? And I said, around the corner from the house. Then I said, why? I'm just asking. And I'm like, this chick. And then she said, much money did you raise for Books for Africa? And I said, $3,000. And she said, oh, 3,000. And I'm just like, what is this? And she says, I think I can help you. Then she calls me back. Then she says, let me call you back. That's how she talks. Let me call you back. Doesn't she say that? Let me call you back. And then I get home and I'm like, what is this chick talking about? Later on, it's like, ring, ring. So I'm going again. I think I can ship the books in December, but you're going to have to pay tax. Then I said, how much is tax? Yes? 3,000. That's how God works.
Wow.
You've got to take the first steps, guys. Even when you don't know where it's coming from, take the first step. You have no idea what God is saying to other people who are there to help you on your journey. You have no idea. Do that Facebook Live. It feels like you're talking to nobody. It feels like you're talking. Who are my Facebook Livers? Who are talking to nobody? And I keep telling you, you're talking to an avatar. Look at them. Put your hands up so people can start listening to your Facebook Live. Okay? You feel like you're talking to nobody because you log on and you've spoken for 5 minutes and you look on the top left of the screen and you see it says 1. It says 1. Then the 1 starts shaking, then it goes to 0. Then 2. But let me tell you about Facebook Live. The other day I came to this hotel with a beautiful interior decorator. She was coming to help me set up this set. I had this vision, I want us to sit on sofas and talk. And Jackie Barnes, Jackie Wamaida Barnes, she apparently has been listening to me on Facebook Live for years. I had no knowledge of that. Like, she's a regular. That's what she does in the morning. No clue. I've seen her. I mean, she said stuff to me before. But Jackie has been listening. She has never enrolled in a class. Every time she tries to enroll, something happens. And she doesn't. Okay? But Jackie tells me that she called me one day. We talked. Is that the story? After listening to some lives, right? We talked about where her life was going. And she hated her job. What she didn't tell me is after talking to me the next day, she quit her job. I was like, okay. This story ends well. Last Saturday, I was at a reception downtown Marietta. Is that Marietta Square? Jackie has a beautiful home decor store. Beautiful. Jackie stands so they can see you. So I'm telling you that I took a step of faith with the books, and God turned it into something. Okay? Lisa Nichols forced me to do a Facebook Live. She said, do not come back to class tomorrow without doing a Facebook Live. I'm like, okay, I can do that. What time will you do it? That's how Lisa Nichols coaches. What time will you do it? I said, I'm going to be up early because we're in California. At 6 o'clock, it'll be 9 o'clock in Atlanta. So I'll do it at 6 a.m. because I wake up at 3 because, you know, I'm still on the East Coast time. I was dressed at 6. At 8:30, I was still sitting there. I had not hit go live. The class was at 9. And I'm talking 8:30 California time. In other words, 11:30. I still hadn't hit the button. And I remember hitting the button, and then I said, Lisa Nichols told me that I couldn't come to class because, okay? And that's how it started. The number of people who have found me on Facebook and have said, "You changed my life," is unbelievable. The number of people who have said to Virginia Kimani that "You've changed my life" is unbelievable. But if Virginia waves so they can see you.
Yeah, wave.
Virginia Kimani came to my class when she was about to, she had started this business and she was selling financial products, including life insurance and many others. And she said, "I cannot call people." And I'm like, "Well, that's how you get sick." But I can't call them. We worked together, and I said, when she joined my class, I said, "Get on Facebook." And she started talking. One day I saw her 20 minutes. "What are you talking about, Virginia? You know people. What are you talking about?" Virginia Kimani and her family. I'm talking about her husband, 2 daughters, and a son. Just came back from Cancun. The trip, partially paid for. Hers was paid for by the company. She was top sales. I said, "What's next?" She's like, "I'm trying to get on the Hawaii trip." She's like, "I'm going on the Hawaii trip." And then there's a 65-year-old young lady in this room. She's 66. Give her a moment in silence for Anne. Silence for Anne. Was married.
Okay, so you finished watching the video. What did you think? That lady at the end, I'm sorry, I could not show you her story because I don't have permission to do that. But she is, you know those people who you say more than a conqueror? She is more than a conqueror. She has gone through a lot of adversity in life. And even though I'm not able to share her story, I can tell you one thing. You are more than a conqueror if you choose. It's what you're thinking. If you think you can conquer those challenges that you've had to deal with, then guess what? You are more than a conqueror. It all starts in the mind, and what you believe is going to determine really how you make decisions. So, are you challenged? Are you ready to dream again? Or if you've been dreaming, are you ready to put your dreams into action? Jean has already spoken to us, and when we meet with her every week, she challenges us even more. And what you got was a very, very small snippet. As you saw, she's a gentle soul, so she doesn't come across too strong, but she gently nudges you like a mother. She just gently nudges you in the right direction. And so you've seen the danger of just coasting through life without really any meaningful purpose. And most of us do it. We're all guilty. I know I am. But it's never too late. She coasted for 20 years. But look at her. She got 80 women together to Atlanta. And she's doing even greater things. She's actually going to do her next meeting. She also has one planned for Kenya. So wherever you are, look out for Jean Adero. You can follow her on the social media platforms. I just want to say, don't stop to dream. Just stop everything you're doing. Evaluate your life. Are you moving in the right direction? You need to ask yourself those hard questions. I remember one time reading a book, and that book, the first line says, "It's not about you." And that shattered me. Because at that point, up till that point in life, I was pretty naive and thought it was about me. And I had to take stock. So I challenge you as we end this video, take stock. Where are you at? Are you in the right direction? Are you doing what you are created to do by your Maker? Because remember, one day we will all stand before our Maker, and we will give account of what we have done with the gifts that were put in us. Have you ever taken time to discover what is in you. Because remember, like I always tell you, you are the answer to somebody's prayer. And so go out there, inspire, motivate, and impact. Until next time, watch out for my next video. I have another lady coming up who is super awesome, who helped us deal with a few issues many of us who are raised in Africa have had to deal with growing up, some of the trauma of adolescence and the things we are telling our children and why we are raising our children the way we are raising them today. Let's see you on the next video. Please remember, subscribe, share. It's free to subscribe, share this video and like it, and you will be helping us to grow our YouTube channel. This is your girl, Coach Corey. Till next time. Bye-bye.